Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have you just come along and cook. Hold on a second. Let me turn off this light because it's glaring. There we go. Don't glare so much. I'll bring a chair up because it can't stand for long periods of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to make my grandmother's spaghetti sauce today because it always tastes better the next day. And one more day before my birthday. And then I'm going to put this video together and we're going to put it up on the channel, and we're going to use that video with my grandmother's full recipe for her spaghetti sauce. Hi, Shatikwa. And we're also going to put a giveaway in that video. But I figured out, I said I was going to go live every day except for Monday for my birthday. And I figured out, why don't I just come on and have you join me while I put this together, because it has to cook till probably about, it's about 3 o'clock, about 8 hours on the stove. And we're just going to let it simmer and get delicious, and then so forth. So I'll put the video together and you'll see the full recipe when I do. So I can give you all, put that down a little bit too hot. I can give you a little bit of hints throughout, just not exact measurements, right? I'm gonna put a little olive oil in there. I'm gonna get all the meat cooked up, browned up. I did something to my knee yesterday. I don't know what, and it's a little sore. But so forth. So let's figure out. We'll chat, and I'll get the live done for today and connect with y'all. And last live before my birthday tomorrow. Now I'm thinking of changing the live for tomorrow to like 11:45, just because I think I want to get up, or even 12:45, and then I'll do it. We're doing the other one at 8 o'clock, just so we can have some time in the morning to wake up and relax. So all this ground up, well, not ground up, but cooked. Hi, Milk and Honey. Like I said, hi, Halfback. Like I said, we're going to, hold on a second. This full recipe will be on the channel. This is my grandmother's spaghetti sauce. So we'll be putting the entire recipe on the channel, and in that video will also be a giveaway. So. Oh. I've added some things over the time that she didn't add, just because I like certain things. And one thing in the recipe that I will tell you is she used canned mushrooms. I never really liked canned mushrooms, so I use fresh, but you gotta cook them before. And I took my mom's camera phone so I could take pictures of everything, because I'm using this phone to record. Where is it? I don't see that magic thing for the meat. Oh, here it is. Hi, AD. Yep, I am. This will sit on the stove. That's what my grandmother used to do. My grandmother used to cook it, and it would sit on the stove till we arrived in Daytona. So I'm doing exactly the same thing, but I thought about making this tomorrow. Hi, Bud Files. But it always tastes better the next day. And like I said, the recipe will be on the channel. And there will be a giveaway for the birthday. And we're doing tomorrow, join us for the birthday celebration, because at the end of the birthday celebration, we are doing a $25 Amazon gift card. Anybody that can receive an Amazon gift card. Because it's my birthday tomorrow. I want to celebrate. For all I've been through. Yep. It happens to learn as many skills as you can. Absolutely. Well, I've added things like she used canned mushrooms, and you can. And I just never really liked canned mushrooms. And so I use fresh, but you got to cook them beforehand. And she used parsley, and we do, but we use the Italian parsley. We like that better than the other. And because my husband doesn't really do the tomatoes, he can't, but I'm very sensitive as I've gotten older, I don't like that word older, to onions. So instead of using that, I'm using shallots. So that's instead, they'll give the onion flavor, but they're a little sweeter than regular onion. And this is something, you could make a huge batch of this, and we've frozen it over the years, and then pulled it out when we're ready for spaghetti sauce. And at least you know what's in it. So I'm going to take some of these ingredients and put them in with the, my knee is just not happy. I don't do much cooking. Mom does a lot of it, but this is something I wanted to do because it reminded me of my grandma. These mini choppers are great. So you don't have to sit here chopping everything up. Just go ahead and do it. And we reached 1,700 subscribers today. That was a wonderful thing to reach. I'm just going to take the garlic. You gotta have garlic, especially Greek. And I'm just going to put it right in this chopper and chop it on up. And I'm going to take parsley and put it on in, and then I'm going to put it in with the mushrooms and cook it while the ground beef and the sausage and everything is cooking on up. Time to go put some ice on mine in a minute. So hopefully everybody is having a wonderful day. And I've started to get more of the devotions caught up. And so I'm going to be working on those today. the reasons why I wanted to do the live while I was doing this, because I really want to focus on getting caught up. The editing will take a little bit of time, but I want to get caught up. And I used pretty lean ground beef so that there's not much to drain. And there's no sense to put it in a different pot. You might as well put it in the same pot you're doing everything else in. One pot. Hopefully this pot will be big enough. I'm not making a quadruple batch here. Gotta sit down for a minute. Back's not gonna handle much more. Stand up. You know, getting old is not for wimps. That's for sure. I can tell you that right now. Not for wimps. But I figured the shallots would give kind of the oniony taste without, hi Lydia, without kind of the onion, because my mom and I just cannot handle onions like we used to. Messes with our system. So I figured out the shallots would be sweet. Of course, if I don't drop the shallot, don't worry, I'll wash it off. The shallots would be sweet and give that sense of an onion without the strong onion flavor. Let's go wash these off because they're on the floor. Just put this right in. Chop it up, put it in with the mushrooms, and then put it in with the meat once the meat's cooked up. Simple and easy, quick and easy. The secret to this is let it cook. To this spaghetti sauce is for sure letting it cook, because if you don't let it cook, it's not gonna do its magic. And I'm not really measuring out anything, just putting it on in. Make sure when you go to the store, you're not getting cilantro. We've done that before in the past. You get parsley, whether it's Italian parsley or the curly parsley. The cilantro will give this a whole different taste. Parsley's gotten stuck. good. If I see any large stems, I'll just yank them out. No big deal. They'll dissolve in the mixture. Just going to place this right in the mushrooms. Just going to pull out any stems that just got really a lot. Didn't get chopped up very well. There's a little bit of stem that will dissolve very quickly in the thing. See, now you got the garlic, and you got the onions. All in there. I forgot to take a picture of it. Oh well, I will take a picture now. People can imagine. All done. Chopping things are great. I love those things. Smells so good. It smells delicious. My dad raised me an Italian grandmother and said Grandma always has the meatballs marinated. Yep. My grandmother would cook this spaghetti sauce all day long. And so it was on the stove when we came to visit her, for sure. But then I'll just throw all this into we have lunch after this. Like I said, any of the parsley leaves or stems, they'll literally just dissolve because this thing will dissolve all day. Or this thing will marinate all day, not dissolve. So let that cook. And get all those nice juices from the mushrooms. Yum, yum, yum. Hi cats, how are you? For those of the people that are coming in, if you want the recipe, I'm going to be putting up a video soon with the recipe for my grandmother's spaghetti sauce. And in that will be a birthday giveaway because my birthday is tomorrow. So, let's see. The Worcester sister sauce. Of course we need Italian seasoning.
No, you're saying it's wrong. It's what you're saying.
Pepper, garlic, pepper, even though garlic, oregano. Where did the Italian seasoning go? Well, I had Italian seasoning. See if it's in the closet. I I know we had Italian seasoning, but I don't think we could have used it that much. For sure. Trash. My grandmother taught me, my other grandmother taught me, clean up after yourself as you're going. Other closet. Here it is. Mom, do you know where the Italian seasoning went to? I know we had it. The Italian seasoning. The Italian seasoning, I know we had it. I don't see it. She finished it off and didn't tell me.
Oh, shut up, dog.
Joshua. Well, I've got basil, so I guess I'm just going to use basil and oregano. And we'll make it work. It was like, I know we had it.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking of it,
She used it up and didn't tell me. Hi, Crystal World. How are ya?
You want me to go to Walmart?
No, that's okay. We'll make it work.
You gotta go anyway.
Nope, I'm gonna. You want to pick some up? That's fine. I'm following this recipe to some degree, but not totally, because I've added things over the years. Like my grandmother didn't use Italian sausage, and I like Italian sausage. It's fine.
That's thunder? Holy cow, it sounded like it was in our back door.
So I'm letting the mushrooms cook if it takes a little bit for them to kind of absorb all that wonderful thing. That's fine.
So I don't like your heating pad that much.
Josh,
I'm sorry.
I'm cooking spaghetti sauce, and I am not going to tell you all the full recipe. On the channel, we will have the full recipe. I'll put up in a little bit. I've taken pictures of everything. And in that video will also be a giveaway, because my birthday is tomorrow. We're going to have an 8 p.m. birthday live with a $25 gift card that we're going to be giving away. And but in the spaghetti sauce recipe will be a $10 Hobby Lobby gift card, 2 of our soap caddies, and 1 of our shampoo bars we recently made. So be looking out. I'm going to be putting that video up very shortly once I have some lunch, and then I'm going to be working the rest of the day on getting all the devotions caught up. But I figured out I needed to go live today. Like I said, I was doing a live every day in December. I'm having an actual pretty good fibromyalgia day, except for my knee.
We're in June.
In June, so I'm just gonna add a little salt. I'm not really just adding seasonings of the choice. Gonna add some black pepper. So like I said, my grandmother used canned mushrooms, and I don't like canned mushrooms. I like fresh. So, but you gotta cook them beforehand. We learned that one. A little bit of oops. We added garlic, but just a little bit of that garlic flavor. And because I don't have Italian seasoning, we're going to add a little basil. Add some paprika too. And because there's really not much, I use very lean ground meat. So there's not oregano, there's not much fat, very little on the bottom of this. And if there's some chunks of meat, so forth, all of that's going to cook. This is going to be on the stove for about 5 hours. So, just a little bit more basil and bay leaf. And then some Worcestershire cider sauce. I don't think anybody knows how to say that. I'm not even going to measure it. Just go then. I have my mom's phone I'm taking pictures on because I'm using my phone for the live. And I don't cook a lot because of my fibromyalgia, but I had to cook this. It's one of those I just thought, I gotta be the one. A little bit of that nostalgia birthday coming around for sure. Alright, so I'm going to add the messy part first. I got an extra can of tomato sauce, and I'm not sure if I can use it. I wouldn't recommend wearing a white shirt when you do this recipe. And there's just not. I mean, there's not even enough for me to put a napkin in and get done. First thing we're going to do is put the tomatoes in, because those are the messy. Just whole tomatoes. I've got my chair here. I've had to sit down a couple times, but that's life. Get older, things start falling apart. Now I'm going to drain the sauce and just take the tomatoes and just crush them in my hands. My hands are clean. I'm sure that if I had been at my grandmother's, I probably would have helped her with this. Like I said, that's why you don't wear it. I just squirted. You don't wear a white shirt when you're doing this. Inevitably, it's going to go everywhere. Open all the cans before you start. Just the tomatoes, the messy part, really. That's pretty broken too. I mean, after it cooks for the amount of hours it's going to cook, the tomatoes will just fall apart, but it's good to kind of get them Good to get them a little bit done. Now this is not a thick, I will say this is not like a thick sauce, but it reminds me a lot of my grandmother. I gotta sit down a minute. Don't ask me how I got it on the floor. Just looked down and I'm like, tomato sauce on the floor. Tomatoes on the floor, not sauce. Let's not put the phone into the sauce, that would be why. Right. And then do you want the chunks of tomatoes? Tomato paste. And I know some people cook their tomato paste for a little bit, but this again is going to be cooking for about 5 hours. So it will be cooked amply.
No, we should put my ribs up.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. Josh's ribs. Christina wants them for birthday. And, you know, I'm adding 1 can, but if you wanted to add more than 1 can to it, you could, and it would be thicker. Now, I thought it'd be nice to add fire roasted tomatoes. I mean, you could add spicy tomatoes, but not a spicy tomato. Just thought it would give it a nice little flavor. Just diced fire tomatoes. Nice flavor. That's something I noticed you didn't have. So, I will do the original recipe my grandmother did. I am cooking my grandmother's spaghetti sauce. My birthday is tomorrow. And I don't do a lot of cooking because of the fibromyalgia, but this one I had to do. And I'm going to put the full recipe on the channel in a video in a little bit. And that will also have a birthday giveaway in it for people to comment. And I will put her original recipe along with my little add-ons. So this is going to literally cook for 5 hours. Perfect pot. Like, she didn't add sausage. I love Italian sausage, so I added that. I don't think I need any more tomato sauce, so I'm not going to. because I'll run out of room. Hi Alfonso, how are you? Oh, that's wonderful. And I will do a video. I got that lovely gift from Grace and Fire. Thank you for forwarding it on to me. And I'm certainly going to do a video and thank you, my friend. So we'll stir this in a minute, but I'm using Mama's camera to take a picture, so I can put the video together in a little bit here. Let me stir it up. And you're just gonna get it to a simmer and let it just be on the stove. See, now that the mushrooms, even if the mushrooms absorbed, you know, mushrooms absorb so much moisture. And you want to make sure that if you're going to use fresh mushrooms, you're giving them a little bit of a cook prior to doing it. So this will just cook. Brings me back to my childhood. Of course, she didn't use fire roasted tomatoes. They're not spicy. I just thought it would add a nice little flavor to the sauce. Just put that in there. This away. So, I gotta sit down. I can't stand for long periods of time. It hurts too bad. So, we did the spaghetti sauce. It's gonna stay on the stove for the next 5 hours. And I'll upload the video for, yes, I know that, and I'm going to help you with that, I promise. Just between all the stuff that went on over the past 2 months, and then yesterday I think I'm doing pretty good, and I was on crutches because my one knee acted up. So, like I said, getting old is not for wimps, for sure. But we're just gonna leave this on like a low simmer all day long. I'll see if I want to cover it or not. If I do cover it, there'll be a vent for it to open, and I'll probably put it on a very low heat. But you need to be home when you're kind of doing this. We've tried it in the crock pot. It hasn't done very well. So I would do it on the stove, let it cook. And you know, make sure that you're just going throughout the day kind of stirring it. So maybe every hour just go through and stir it. Like I said, we tried it in the crock pot. It just didn't do very well. So it needs to be on the stove. But it tastes so much better the next day. So I thought to myself, I could cook it Wednesday, like when we used to live in South Florida, and we used to travel 4 hours to get to Daytona. And inevitably, this spaghetti sauce was on the stove with spaghetti. I forgot to dang on garlic bread. With the garlic bread, and, oh no, I have bread, never mind. I've got better bread than garlic bread. I use the Rohod's bread, and I love that bread, so for sure I'll be doing that tomorrow. And anyway, and inevitably I'd walk in my grandmother's house and I would smell this spaghetti sauce. It was wonderful smelling spaghetti sauce. And we would have the Pillsbury's Farm cake, mint chocolate. Pepperidge Farm. I know, I'm going to say it wrong. Cake, and we'd have that, and we'd have a salad, I think, and we would have the spaghetti sauce. And so, as kind of just the fact that my aunt, which was her daughter, my dad's sister, passed away this year, I just felt like this was what I wanted. Originally, I wanted Wingstop, and I thought, no, I want my grandmother's spaghetti sauce. It's been forever since I've had my grandmother's spaghetti sauce. So what I'll do is certainly give a little bit to Christina. Jared, my son-in-law, does not like mushrooms, so he probably won't eat it, but I'll give some to her. But it just brings back so many wonderful memories of the trips to Daytona, knowing that we were going to walk into my grandmother's house and have the spaghetti sauce that she had had on the stove all day long waiting for us to arrive. And it was just such special memories. Because this is tomorrow, the picture I'm going to use is just, of course, of it in the pot because I don't have it till tomorrow. But what I would do with this spaghetti sauce, if you're going to do it, I'd cook it. I would then put it in, a container, and then I'd let that get really chilled overnight, especially if it's been on the stove, and then go ahead and maybe divvy it up in containers and freeze it. We used to freeze it. And we don't have spaghetti sauce very often, or spaghetti, because Josh can't handle tomatoes. And they bother my mother's acid reflux. So because of that, we really don't have it too often. So if I was going to do this, I can handle tomatoes better. If I was going to do this, I'd probably put it some way, some form, in way that I could make like little containers of it so that I could pull it out and have the spaghetti sauce. Like I said, the fire roasted tomatoes are something that was added later. And somebody said, and I didn't think I added it, somebody said if you add carrots to tomato sauce, that's what I was going to try. It actually helps with the acid. And dang on it, we have some carrots, so I should try to throw them in. Fresh carrots. What?
Sugar.
Nope, I read someplace and they said it actually isn't. You take and you put carrots in it. It actually does something, but I will throw in both. Just to cover, right? I have to go get something to eat. I really need to work on devotions today. Those are something that's going to happen. I think everybody kind of has their own way of doing it, right? Keep carrots in the refrigerator because it makes bone broth, and also milk that makes it, so keep it kind of both.
I did not say what I wanted to say, so leave me alone. I no judgment today.
Josh has a little bit of a headache today.
A little bit.
Hi, Kristen. How are you, hon? You doing, sis? Making spaghetti sauce for my birthday tomorrow. You're still out of town? So I'm just going to grate a little bit, and we'll see. This is a great way to kind of put, if your kids are people that like, I'm not going to bother cooking it in there with the mushrooms, because if your kids are not vegetable eaters, this is a great way to hide it. You'll never be able to tell that there is carrots in here. So tomorrow we have our mystery wheel. I think I'm going to do that either at 12:45 or 1:45, so I can get up in the morning and have just some time. Hi, Sherry. Just some time to kind of have breakfast and relax on my birthday tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to give the rest of that to, okay. couldn't remember what somebody said about how to reduce the acid in thing, and I sat here remembering it. It's carrots. It's also a great way to get your vegetables in. And Josh thinks it's sugar, so we'll put a little bit of sugar in, a little bit of carrots. Right.
Carrots.
No, I'm not making carrot cake. I'm trying something. I'm making my grandmother's spaghetti sauce, and I will be posting a video on the channel in a little bit with the full recipe, and there will be a giveaway. Now, I once read that if you add carrots to tomato sauce, it reduces the acid. So I figured out we have the carrots, great way to put in an extra little bit of nutrients in your spaghetti sauce. So why not? Another thing you could do too, if you wanted to, was my mother makes beef broth, and you could put in a little bit of beef broth in here just to give it a lot of flavor. And I don't know if she has any left over. She has some in the freezer, but I'm going to put that in if I find it. Nope. No, she made some recently. This is beef broth, right? It says beef broth. Bone broth, right? Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit of bone broth in here just to add a little bit of flavor. And bone broth is very good. We take the chickens that we do from Sam's Club, and Mom makes bone broth. And figured I had it. That will add a little bit of flavor to it, and bone broth is very good for you. And wait for the mushrooms to cook. I had some leftover spinach I froze, and so I'm just going to take some chunks of spinach, not much, just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of extra good for you stuff. Really. And that'll just melt as it goes in. I ain't gonna bother putting it in anything. It'll just unthaw and add some stuff to it. So my mushrooms, like I said, my grandmother used fresh mushrooms, or canned mushrooms. I don't like canned mushrooms, but you can use them. And I like fresh. So I'm going to add, and you cannot add mushrooms if you're people that don't like mushrooms, but I'm going to add that. And of course I added celery and shallots in there, and so now we got some bone broth going on. And this is actually to the top, to the rim. Look good. Let's see. I know it won't taste like my grandmother's, but that's good. That's good. Nothing needs to be added. absolutely delicious. Oh, it's gonna be good spaghetti sauce. That is going to be delicious, guys. Look at this. Look at that. And then we're just gonna keep it low and slow. And the spinach is gonna unthaw very quickly. That's why I'm kind of mixing it up. She didn't add spinach, but man, that's delicious. I wouldn't add another thing to it. The spinach will be good, and the carrots will just be another way of adding vegetables. You got the carrots, you got the spinach. Great way. Of course, don't get it all over the teapot and the counter. Boy, oh boy. Got it all over everything. It's kind of hot in the middle here. Doesn't look good? It tastes, excuse me, really, really good. Delicious. Grandma, thank you for your spaghetti sauce. What wonderful memories when it comes to that. Very, very thankful. I'm going to give it another stir. Now I have this on low. And the bone broth we cooked with spinach. Like I said, we take our rotisserie chickens from Sam's Club and cook them all day. And you can smell when bone broth is happening in this house. But I froze fresh spinach. So that is absolutely delicious. Find the lid. Let's see which one it is. This one? Yes. So what I'm going to do, I think, is this the lid? No, it's not the lid. A little bit larger lid and just cover it like this so that it's got the vent, it's on low, and then I'm going to come in and stir it up throughout the day. So, and then I'll actually put a spoon out on a plate, and then as other people are going by this, they can stir it up too. And they can just do that. But then it'll prevent, it'll still be able to escape, but it'll have a, preventative little thing over it. So, anyway, my grandmother was a unique individual. My grandmother was she had her moments. My grandmother, for those that don't know, was undiagnosed bipolar. And so throughout her life, it was difficult. And it was difficult to have a relationship with her. But this spaghetti sauce stays in my memory of someone that certainly tried to do the best she could with what she had, to lovingly put together the spaghetti sauce and have it on the stove so that when we showed up at her house from South Florida to Daytona Beach, this was on the stove. And we sat around and we had dinner and we talked and we got, together. And so this spaghetti sauce is so reminiscent, just like, and I have to do it for the channel too, the clams and linguine was my grandmother's, my Nana's, my mom's mom. And so this is just so reminiscent of my childhood, to go up there and you walk into the room and you just smell the spaghetti sauce. And I think just like any recipe, one generation starts with one thing and then another generation kind of adds to it. Like I've added the Italian sausage. I just added the bone broth to it. I added spinach to it. I added carrots to it. None of those things she added to. If you want to use spicy Italian sausage, we're not spicy people, when it comes to food, go ahead and do that. I use shallots instead of onions because shallots are a little sweeter and they're a little bit more mild on the stomach. It gives the taste that we're looking for, you know, the onion kind of taste. I use fresh mushrooms, she used canned. But I hope through this I can honor my grandmother, honor her memory, honor the spaghetti sauce that she did for us. It was, hi Lucy, it was just so reminiscent of those memories of going up to Daytona and knowing that this was on the stove. It wouldn't have been the same to go up to Daytona and not have grandma's spaghetti sauce. Just wouldn't have been the same. And I miss her, of course. I know where she is. But I wouldn't want her here because she's whole. She's in a place that she wasn't here on earth. She really struggled with mental illness and not being diagnosed properly. I can't imagine what the life of her children or her grandchildren would have been like if she had gotten help. But back in those days, it wasn't something that was known. But I will, of course, I didn't do the greatest thumbnail, so I'll do a thumbnail. But I wanted to connect with you all one more time before I turn. I'm not telling y'all. I'm celebrating my 29th birthday again. And so I am going to relax for the rest of the day. Like I said, I did my right knee tends to act up, and it's acted up today. Like I said, I enjoy cooking, but that doesn't happen too often. But I had to do my grandmother's spaghetti sauce. I had to cook it because I cooked it, you know, when Christina was growing up, and it just brings back such wonderful, wonderful memories. So tomorrow, here's the schedule. I'm going to change the mystery wheel from 9:45 to 12:45 or 1:45, and the reason I'm doing that is because I'd like to kind of actually get up in the morning. I told my family I'd love to have a sausage biscuit, or no, an egg and cheese croissant with a donut that I like from Dunkin' Donuts. I would love to have that for tomorrow's breakfast. Sit and have my coffee, maybe watch an Elvis movie, who knows? And I just want to kind of relax. I told my therapist I'm going to take a break for a while, and even if I didn't, I'm not doing therapy tomorrow, neither is Josh. And so we'll probably schedule it for 1:45. We'll do the mystery wheel for those people that do not or cannot show up for the live at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to do a live birthday celebration for everybody to come in and join. I will be on, hopefully, Big Jack's story time at 7. So there's another way of celebrating, right? And then after that's all done, at the very end of the live stream, we're going to do a $25 gift card to Amazon. Maybe some gifted memberships will be given out. And in the birthday spaghetti sauce video, look for a giveaway. That's going to run from tomorrow, or from today till tomorrow, till July 21st. Just please remember, we will not be commenting on any of that video, only because we want to protect you. Spammers know when you put giveaway anywhere, they tend to comment. They can take our profile picture and say, yes, it's us, and make a fake name and say you won something when you didn't. So we want to make sure that we protect you. So we will not be commenting on any of them. Now, in the past, what I have done is if somebody, because there will be a special word, if somebody does, maybe put the word wrong, I will go underneath Blessings Through Connections and make a little note to them saying you need to go back and watch the video and correct, because we're going to be using that word, whatever that word may be, and I have a feeling I know what it's going to be able to make sure that it's, that word will be pulled up as far as to be able to choose the winner for the giveaways. Only in the 48 states. So as long as you're in the 48 states, you'll qualify for it. So for the rest of the day, I'm going to go have my lunch. I'm going to enjoy what little day I have left for my last little bit to be, what age I am now. And going to have my lunch. I need to take some pain medication. I'm hurting after all that, and put some ice on this knee. And then in a little bit, I'm going to start really working on the devotions. Now with the devotions, and my phone's going to die in a few minutes. With the devotions, what's going to happen is I'm going to work until I am caught up today with the devotions, but they are not going to get out all edited, because I've done through to the 26th, I think, and I'm going to try to do the 27th and the 28th today, but if I don't, I'll do it tomorrow. They are just not going to get caught up. But what I would like to do with the devotions is I want to get far enough along between today and tomorrow so that Thursday, Friday, and over the weekend, I can just edit, and Mom can help me edit, and so we can get those up and get all the way caught up. Of course, and that's what we want to go ahead and do. So just realize we are working to get caught up, but that is my focus. I said I wanted to be caught up by my birthday, and that's what I'm certainly working on it. I think I have 17 more to go, and then I'll be at least caught up, and then maybe tomorrow I could get 4 or 5 done to get us through until next week, and then start plugging along even further so we can be caught up. But anyway, I had to join you one last time before I turned, and I'm not going to tell you. You can just guess. I'm going to put in the comments what I am. I'll let you know. But be nice. Be gentle. This body, I'm telling you, falls apart after a little bit. But this spaghetti sauce will be delicious. Now, I may have to take the cover off and so forth, but we'll see. But if so, maybe kind of, again, throughout the day, you got to stir it because it's sitting there, but it smells and looks delicious. It's going to be delicious, certainly, by the time it cooks. I'm excited. And then, again, we'll do our celebration at 8 o'clock tomorrow, and I will be on Big Jack Story Time at 7 p.m. until they do the live. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Have a blessed day or night wherever you're seeing this. Be proud of being yourself. Everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. And yes, I'm proud to be me. It's only taken, thought I was gonna tell ya. No, it's taken a long time to get to the point where I say, I'm proud of who I am. And I'm blessed. And guys, let me just tell you this. We are so blessed to have this channel. We got to 1,700. We are so blessed by all of you. We love you all. We're not just saying that. That's not just lip service. It's the truth. You guys have been amazing support systems for us. And we are so, so, so grateful. So thank you for all the wonderful connection that you've not only brought me, but other people on this channel. And let's keep going. I didn't think we could get to 1,000. I didn't think we could get to 1,700. And 2,000 really isn't too far around the corner. And when we get to 2,000, we'll do another celebration. So, keep spreading us out. We have good content. We don't have to know how to crochet. You just have to know how to connect. Hi, Adventures Travels. How are you? Just have to connect. So please join me tomorrow for the mystery wheel. I'll change that when I go on the computer at 1:45 so that people that cannot come to the birthday celebration at 8 p.m. Eastern can join us. And come celebrate my birthday tomorrow night. I hope you can. Again, there will be a giveaway. There will be an Amazon giveaway at the very end of it. And if any channel sees us and they would like to add anything to the giveaway, please let us know. We will certainly add that in. Or while we're live, if the channel comes in, they said they wanted to donate this, then we can certainly run with it. I just have to figure out how to do it on Streamlabs. So you guys gotta be patient. I may try tomorrow when we do our mystery wheel thing, just to kind of fool around and see if I can figure it out. Hopefully next year we'll be in a position to go back to StreamYard. Even though I really didn't like the way they rolled stuff out, I really like StreamYard over what I'm using now. But we're using it for another year, and then hopefully StreamYard will get their act together and reduce it, because their price was just astronomical. Or by then, hopefully, I will understand and fully appreciate StreamYard or Streamlabs. I get them confused. But if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit it, because I'd like to have us stay at 1,700, and I don't want it to change. Worked hard to get there, and Mama worked hard to get there, and we're so just thankful for all the support. You guys are awesome. You're rock stars. And we love you all. Have a blessed day. Remember to be proud of being yourself. Everybody else is taken. We love you. Have a great day or night. And we'll see you tomorrow. And it'll be my birthday. Bye-bye, everybody. God bless.